Ebuzama ma okwa ba yemfa momra Adom TV so Sedea Etea Nie adwumadi so na eneso yasahia yedi enkomo. Ye frame dache hene nana yawo asante ka se dom de kisi ebu a o mahene kwa bena asante ene yesi ohene na omobo mechiri dom mana wotwe bia ye tenase na yedi nkomo na yebo Ghana man ho abobo ene mede waba piemu ewo mrahye bedwafie ensema hodo a ekoso over the majority side amon sema omoka se wo no hwe a no ma bi nhyɛ da nkoyie papa nti anka omampanyin hwe na anka kenoforiata oye oman efutu sanfo on tranchan kakra na anka nipa foforo emra na fa confidence kakra emra system mu minority for edi nkrata ekodan amra hye bedwefie se wo pese wo namra kwan so na se omampanyin nyanya krado se obeyi efutu sanfo na efiri ho a omo ankasa be fa mra kwan so na tese omoyi no ede afiri wo sansem yi akwakoye nsem bi a obepie mra hye bedwefie a nkomodidie no ekoso ama New Patriotic Party party nankasa edi statement ababonten wo party se NPP MPs a wo mra hye bedwefie no wo mpese obi ade ne hu ebeji saadie ne mo sempote ene tie principle no ayede yen ene ye ne mra hye bedwefie mra hye bedwani a wo no na gina ho ede ma adihye wo botia no English amanfrom honorable Sylvester Tetteh ono enamene ne baba didi nkomo ne ye bisa no and earlier comment and in the earlier stance baby I abebedu sesia on that process or that's what gina ho and I say was shifted honorable baby aboko there honorable my answer say from Botiano English amanfrom constituency to saying
Adom constituency boko me bomb me homodin aban boni homodin there are niama it's beyond my control and no I don't want to mean hoshe mobako pa ni brea be wager dam no because of the wager dam na ayeba na ye be unprecedented ye hu bida atu ye chema de baye se nipa dom ho akọ edwemu eno na me ni so control is niama obroni be say the force majeure only who control natural disaster and natural occurrence only who control afi yakwan one of the deplorable areas in terms of road infrastructure
which has a cancer road in
Yanda and monjina mo be di madanse say menye MP kwadwofo. My job as an MP, say Obroni be say you advocate and you lobby for it. The extent of my advocacy and lobbying there, open secret for everybody at Okroma. So for that one, I can beat my chest to say, I've been a very good advocate for the good people of Botiano. Well, it has yielded some results in certain areas, but then biana enya yeguswa ye pushy. The attendant hardships are back all over the world, and the British Parliament Ajatum say Britain is broke. Or my Britain, yes, it's broke. And just as we are saying here, the new Prime Minister, I can say, there's a remote cause of why Britain is broke. And he said, we are say COVID-19 buyer, and now face Russia-Ukraine war, ama petroleum prices are costly more than expected. And they are affecting OBBR disposable income. So we took on America, but me buy last week Monday, me fee airport. Di me car be share me talk for 1,000 cedis. By Wednesday, NASA, I to another 1,000 cedis. By Saturday, NASA, and I decided said V8 I have to pack it because I thought 2,000 cedis every week. 4 weeks is 8,000. My salary I the coffee officially in Rusa Abusumi, so I can't afford it. It means I won't eat. My family won't eat. I won't support anybody. It's not possible. Me mami ka kitwe na makwakoji amitimu. It is a situation I mean to mean to her and pretend now omampeni no di enuma kwasa gia to msa ho kire wo and is a wo a wo tie na wo pretend dia you are not being honest to yourself and then to the good people of this country. It is a time say yen kan okrenche Ghana for na obi bia ene ye expenditure part na wo say hwe obi wo ho week bi obeto atade obi wo ho a eye bia obetwa ntoma man sie sika kakra na ye nya no na enduane nyama ye important woni hwi ye wo kroma in two cars we kokrom bronya eba we should be mindful of your expenditure nyama ehu hia e beto nua obi eni ho bende sa ho kire ye wo mu yi obeka say me the magical one be back mo abesisano. It is going to take a long time. That is a fact.
Okay.
Ghana for your politics, so ya na mpe no kre. Nipa bi pe to me into pay to me no. Or the ano da be kan sema eye o the fee say oba e na ya na wo ho ato enye no kre. NDC for mo pay to me and President Mahama. O ka che so oba discover be share boto. Wo call the second term oba you say onye magician discover. No kro onye magician. But the truth is that Ghanaians should be educated. Ni hu say there's no free lunch anywhere. Enti umodimbo a wo bo adwuma wo ye nti na de bia me prese enkwala young ones no mo ba no ye ma omo ntitiye ne ntumi mfa ye sa enye bibi ye nye creative ne ma ye kraba afia ma no ni ba bebrebe nyina no se nipa no wo skills bia ye betumi design bia creative bi wa ha me hu be ba mfa so ama ye. That is very important. And then I've made a passionate call to the National Service Secretary, the Ministry of Education, say National Service and Kwala no ba be ye no obitimi constituency. You are placing on National Service or Parliament House. The National Service allowance is 700 Ghana cedi. 1 week, 2 weeks, and so no. In your first can way. One more chrono and say, obey 2 ni. We need to stop it. And they say, "Ombe ye juma from home." National Service for ye juma from home twice a week. No, obey juma mo. Announce say, "Nimpote mo baby what you bet me and Nantia ko I should go." Because what is coming, we need to prepare towards it. Or yen two or more allowance no more. Allowance to scan way. So the only option, we need to use technology to work from home. Then so bebe juma be sue bibia twice a week. Ebe save. Ejuma yefo akanyi na no. Those of us are ejuma betumi permit say nye ejuma fifie no. We should begin to work from home. No politician, because the architecture of the economy no, it is a sum of ejuma ye. Resources are ye can boom. No politician will come from his home. It is the resources. And the GDP is less than 14% of your GDP. What GG your resources nyina bosumi. Utua workers akitua. Now utua will interest. Now we sika nasa. And the project na dey ade nyina e be suffer. This is what Jibusia. Wo Jibusia na interest no cost. If it's last year, we could $100 million as loan. And now me know can say $100 million and $30 million in value. But in actual fact, interest will be a cost. It affects your GDP. It affects your debt to your GDP. So these are real facts. And your politics. Say NDC NPP. Bisaomo, the omo Kenyan theories that is not practicable in the immediate term. It's a long term. You call IMF, you call $3 billion as a balance of payment. Never mind a respite. You have to be a planning. What $3 billion in there? Na oda so crowd niam nyina ball man na niam no ye board wa manoni na o see the near weaker by 1 year or 6 months time no $3 billion in real term value about $1 billion.
But honorable, when it comes to production, any plan towards production,
yes,
even see $3 billion into the system today, I bet me because that $3 billion we know say in the nearby future no, we are not going into this situation again. We don't have that plan.
So first of all, Ghana ni bia sister na adwen. I'm happy. O share abrofo ntarea sister wadwen say you were made in Ghana. We create job about onua onye hwe. When we are university now TV, now pejuma or GMPC na maya, learn how to sew, design and do it. So that say nipa nyina ho say ye share made in Ghana, the market is huge. Opan bia obenya sika atu bottom.
Say NPP for ne kasa say ya. When did you realize this?
Minia, I've always said this and I will never shy away from it. And people who say what buying with power, so dress the issues. Me come market quarter of petrol no. Yanka say what buying with power until it is swaba. We NDC no better. We CPP no better. So we need to speak true to ourselves. Look, yeah, the policy ba. Look, we share one minister in this country. Here around Chilemanti. He's one person who is an advocate and ambassador for made in Ghana products.
Sure. Or
started President Kufuor Breso. Or say Friday wear. What was Alan or she suit that? Rare. He's always in this. And it's a nipa 32 million. Yeah, share made in Ghana. Just say they are all different weather. Now also say water there. And always a textile industry and coastal. The masses do it, you know. We must also buy into the idea. The leader will bring the policy. Yeah, well, democracy and to me enforce it, but we can only educate you.
Yes.
Nado, I'm hint to say in the next 6 months, the pragmatic measures to cut importation of certain things. Now, the only way we cut importation of certain things is you cut it by bringing tariff barriers. The tariff barrier no call 100% to be to diaba.
It is because probably in this country, you know, goods are yet me produce the cost of production is high. In the market, and the cost is even higher than the idea.
Exactly. Your friend will be economies of scale. The more you produce in a larger quantity, the cheaper it becomes.
Yes.
Look, over the years, the agri sector has remained subsistent farming. And we know from our JHS textbooks to the university study of economics and agriculture, economies of scale, factors of production has remained same. Listen, say, oh yeah, a bro. Now the small family no, mon to me nye bro fidi mu ho enko ton bia. Oh yeah, we are bro ni bo bedding.
Yes.
I've always said this since last 2 years. Planting for food and jobs is a fantastic program, but we should scale it up. Say, and we need to have commercial farmers. Until any country benya commercial farmers, subsistence farmers cannot feed you nor produce enough to support your industry and then export. We should stop it. What do you say? And as much as you support small scale farmers, no, we should also look at industrial farming, mechanized farming, commercial farming, where one person can own hundreds of thousands hectares of land or farming. So say nipa no what the only way that is fine, and everybody should encourage the backyard farming, but no to feed our industry and then send things outside to give us food.
But will you advocate for say young Kony and Kuma Brezo where we have state farms near?
I would never advocate for it. Look, it has proven say it will never work anywhere. Even a communist country like China, it never worked. State farms will never work. Empower the individual. Let the individual take the charge. Support him. Create the environment for the individual. My party's ideology doesn't support that. You support that idea, no. And the wa what you see a man wakandeni sikani nimdi a war. So person we farming. You are better off than the whole state coming together. In himself aban ejuma. Yenye ye over 400-500 companies are in Kumaja ekosi say. And this is what Antonio nyina. Antonio nyina. Diversity Implementation Committee, one more info. They are complaining. Those who sold it and who were part of the committees that sold all those factories, and then they are crying. And the worst is that they sold it even to people who don't have capacity to revive them. President Kufuor diversity, they turn Vodafone, they turn your friends, Ghana Telecom, those days to Malaysians. And you know, every competition, Vodafone has existed. If you give it to the right person, you get the benefit.
Issues with the regarding the finance minister, the side of the majority, the side of the minority in parliament, as it stands now, you free why and a boy. Because people have asked the question, and they say, we in free why? What do you need for bar? Nothing new will change.
I'm got some trouble. And young common you do a bar bunting.
Sure. And
I hold that to my caucus and my party. But let me give you a simple analysis. Obo football. What they can't share go back on. Time in on so yeah. Nipa ifi. And yes on him born bo. The exigency of the time requires new face and new change. Paradigm shift. Who does here? Yes. 5-6 quarters into a common fund. MPC a press conference. The next day we went to 2 quarters. What has happened?
Is it to say it's a nice kind of
we don't know. You are the manager of it. If you could have paid, Martina, my constituency, 6 quarters into a common fund. Do you know how it affects my work in my constituency? The year press conference, the next day, near 2 quarters. It's an admission. So, Minya, we've made a call. And it is not the Ete originally that started. Now it is owned by entire majority caucus. We are huge stakeholders in the administration of the NPP. Yeah, yeah, individually we are contribute to here. We are political party. It be the Nahodi beba, it be the Nisika beba, it be the Ninim dia beba. They are Kambum. We select a leader, then we form a government. We form a government not for ourselves, but we form a government for the ordinary person. We get feedback more than anybody. So me, as a member of parliament, I cannot buy a vehicle, a fuel. Now I'm parking my car. What about the ordinary person out there? My constituency, we were 111,000 registered voters. Inhabitants in there are well over 250,000. Assuming 1% of this number have become vulnerable, now they will depend on me because you are the first point of call. What will be the fate of the MP?
You've been one of the people that you live in your constituency.
Yes.
And to dance all free parliament and that's all do if you not these constituencies come to you.
Look, some of the things I can't do it because I don't have. If I open my phone, the demands that come, some of them I wish I can. Ubi deserve 1,000, I can give you 200, 400, 500, so that somebody else can get a little. Some even come I don't have. Say rice, I mean, well, I'll give you. I don't blame anybody, but I think that once the president has owned the challenge, you see, it's a system, and it's the component of the system that make it complete. We are well over 5 million supporters of the NPP. Active officers of the party are well over 200,000. One person cannot hold all of us. And I'm not saying that one person knows it better than 137 members of parliament, including other people who are not MPs. So we thought of it carefully. And it's not for nothing for the whole majority caucus to demand it.
Yeah. But more party issue statement, I believe it's a yes. Statement, you know. And the fact said, even though say as a caucus, you know, you think say the finance minister will step aside, you know. You don't buy into the idea of the minority. The real minority.
There are two things here. I agree 100% with the content of the letter of the General Secretary, but I disagree with circulating it on social media. Issuing it as a public statement, I disagree. But I agree, and me, I've said it on many occasions, you cannot trust the NDC, and the NDC will not mislead us. They don't mean well for this country. The minority leader last week said the NDC should hail them, and Ghanaians should thank them that they fought so hard to deny the government of the anticipated revenue by fighting the yield levy. So he's claiming victory for that. Such a person, you can't trust the NDC. The revenue we were all expecting to help us solve our problems, they fought it to deny this country the revenue. And that person wants to tell you, what are the concerns they are raising about the finance minister? Their concerns are untenable. For that reason, all of us, 137, has resolved we will never follow the minority. Therefore, the statement of the General Secretary, the content, it's our position. We have a whip system in Parliament. There was a whip system in Parliament.
Okay.
What the General Secretary wanted. So I know the Parliament. So you can do it. Then the whip system. You have a 3-line whip. Baby, I will be. I say 3-line whip. You must be here at 2 o'clock. You don't ask questions. You'll be there. So, and we all know. You have Parliament because of NPP. Nobody is bigger than the NPP as a party. We reckon that. You're respecting Sedea Etea. Me, I've been a constituency secretary before. I've been a TESCON secretary. I've been a TESCON president before. I've been in leadership in the party before. So I respect the party. The party, is supreme, even more than the president. It is a moment where I say, but when it goes out, say, they are directing Parliament from the party is wrong. But they can do it through our leadership system. And that's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
But say, in principle, say I was a finance minister and step aside.
And this is lazy with mischief. Omukono is laced with mischief and malice. We can't trust them.
But you don't.
And this in this no watch. Now besides the menu boss say no say about 3 p.m. My so here we are no.
But don't you think says our press conference and now give them that leeway to go on the tangent because
they can go
because they feel since one kasa and you think say the finance minister is not performing and as it stands now no as what and compare being going to now. You lack the strength to say okay, if the president will not sack him, then let's use the constitutional means to get him out.
Now say started the idea. We assess everything and we've chosen a particular route. Why am I planning uniho? And I'll bet you say yemfa. Nazani pano mini well and I don't train on follow ye. No bet you say yem medinachi. Say ne idea. So you nimkwaya and in your idea go comes a honey befa. One no yire ne umba. Musimu be sit down wa ha. Mako Thomas as no be teacher. Or say there be as I say krenye. Mumeji ahana musi down wa na wo uti ase. Na nipa no kasa as say kwatu class over mount man wait anything. What do you say? Omunye nipa say be. Omo kan say mo be ju.
Tomorrow resolve say when it comes to the vote.
Oh no. I know there. Look, they need 48 members of parliament. There is never nobody will support them. They should forget it. It won't happen.
In principle.
In principle, we have our principle. We had started it. The president had engaged us, and we are happy with the process at FM so far. The minority cannot lead us. We will lead the minority.
Honorable Pediamuki can say the president no mu he can say okay you hwe say IMF deal no you betumi aye negotiation na wie na hwe budget ni issue no when you go back and tell your constituents this do they accept what you are telling them, especially so when you know say somewhere in 2021 yeah can't budget the finance minister was not there yesterday the budget was read nobody say yeah IMF negotiation no obi anka say samra na mom when President Mills owu ye no nyame fa ne currency ye the country still moved on.
Mami can some trouble. Nobody is saying say any member of government is indispensable. The president is a democrat here. While for freedom of expression, breaking the frontiers of dictatorship and making sure say democracy will be entrenched in this country. The president long ago has started talking about when he leaves power. So we understand these things carefully. The point is that baby I do ene Ken Oforiata and any president D and any president D we trust it. The president D is the president of the republic. What can he side? Details of it I'm not ready to share. We'll work with the principles of the president. We will not be distracted by any NDC element. Never. We had worse economic situation at the NDC than today. When we didn't have these global challenges. Before global challenges, not the economic indicators of this country, within 2 years, assistant.
People also say as at that time now we were staying in IMF.
Yeah,
we were going by the rules of IMF.
But you see, the interesting thing is that we worked our way out of the IMF. And let me tell you, ambitious programs are so was Asikana and come from Koye to say free SHS. We didn't wait to exit the IMF before we started. Our ambitious program, I defeat opposition by we were doing it while we were going through the IMF. And it's a IMF when they were in the IMF programs. Why couldn't they do anything? Our free SHS, even when we were starting it, they caution say you're training free IMF and I say need 2 years chance and you're starting. We program.
But one also be here to say you free IMF no. And after your figures no
it only dropped 2019 2020 when the COVID broke 2020. Between 2017 2018 we had the perfect takeoff. COVID came and disrupted everything. We all know. Ghana was one of the fastest growing economies, strongest currency in terms of GDP. Inflation was all-time low. So now you started moving. Anytime I can say, if you want to look at the impact of COVID and the Russia-Ukraine war, look at advanced economies. For the first time, UK's economy has been graded by the rating agencies. America, mortgage rate, akosro. And then midterm election, akosro America, so who do you see? And they admit, say prices, grocery shops, mortgage rates, everything has gone out of gear.
Your friend Honorable Sylvester Tetteh, but you know English, your man from Sedea. I wish I had now is okay, you want by a second. Yaba to us. Boy, I seen Amba, Kami, 5 minutes. Nah, yeah, sorry, and Honorable, you said this is the situation we have as a country.
All right.
You know, say we are in crisis. President Nankasa Amayati says, you see a pump. But the ordinary person or no true body no. You promise say who will be solving the situation. Into right. Your plan is situation will be solved.
Exactly.
Or men at least. But me akwaba. They say no. They say it becoming very expensive. Obi na kan asem say it is now expensive to die than to even to live because they say phone that can ne bo akoso. You
can online story be. No hine be say obi wu aja ochi. Na busia fon fanta daka. Was it ja 4,000?
Yes.
O the person wu a ja 4,000 na fi wu. Anje fi mo sha daka no ma etimi ko si o. Look, no cry. It's getting to a stage the nipa expectation is a buying basic na ebi na tumi aboa omo. That is true. But a buying yes anhihye na yet so I say yet ade na say and own it. What do you say? I say only say we na betumi aboa yen. Na Ghana yakasa. Obi apɛ no easy. Obi ampe bre. Ye pa ne say enye say Ghana ne mpa ejuma wo. But Ghana ni ye ejuma kra or hwe de aban ne be yama no other than what onu be yama ni man It is one thing that was say a jai.
Okay.
Obia baby will be able to contribute to my mind. Ghana for your hard working pa. A Juma, ye when you will come out to Koya, ye. There's no way when you're Ghana for. You pay a Juma, said ye a pen or no. Now so a banner say a buy Juma, you who buy a buy no baby. And yes, you baby, no. Ye who say a bunny a youngasa, put a man would tear, will be to miss mansion. Now got a kitty than if you him, or see on ye, or train MP, or train minister, or train a buying. Oko areas be a the value of that house 1 kilometer of road our mobile gusto kekekra when you be a manager maybe so yeah
but don't you also think say Ghana for are not being patriotic because leaders no budi en Ghana omo be omo ye no at this time around and say and cry say we should sympathize with them and know that we have a situation.
I haven't seen a time any leader has been praised in this country. President Kufuor wa bemono. Yes, you are Atai, and they need to Atai. So, when President Kufuor is the most revered leader in our country. It's not perfect anywhere. Biden can say, now saying, or say, baby, we are saying, or no, any solution be Russia, Ukraine, or any solution be an African leader and a cancer as I don't come to know. What kind of crack any man for? But it's true. Yeah, as leadership, no, you lead by example. You need you numukasa. Yesuni Yabang should reflect.
Also, you were saying something relative to national service and the young people this time around. You say Ubi or Accra, or Tikaswa, I feel not parliament or parliament. So you are proposing, say about to me, Jumano online. We should sit in our houses and do it.
Me, in Kualano, Ubi anywhere, Ufitema, Ufi Kaswa, Ufi Madina. The service allowance a best sono 1 month no dia kwa adwuma mu aba enti enyuma hodo edi wo mo ahye mu no yenye policy obi anya adwuma twice a week ananse yentu wo fia no ntumi nya adwuma from home enye national service from adwuma yefo nyina adwuma ebetumi aye from home no we should be able to start doing it. Okay. And a so Ministry of Transport should immediately have dedicated buses from various points about community nipa. There was statistics ni nyina. Ye nim nipa efitema eba Accra Central. Ye nim nipa efi Medina nipa Fikaswa. We should be able to have a subsidized way. Uto take it a buying bus ni ba. And we be funny pardon. Yeah. But to me the woman ba. People will buy the buses, bus ticket and come.
Obuja, my emphasis. Na me aduma na otwe sene ye besa tena se ne edi nkoma. If I'm da chen ne na na ye wasante.